Welcome again to the channel. If you've seen me before, you know I have reviewed quite a number of Phoibos watches. What we're going to be talking about is this new Wave Master. I'm excited about this watch because they keep refining their popular released watches. They know what you guys like, they listen to us reviewers, and then they make the enhancements and refinements. Why is today's watch worth your attention? Well, they've only gone and listened. They've gone and taken a slightly bigger version, the 42mm Wave Master, and they hear the market say, we want a slightly smaller version. We want that Goldilocks size. Okay, we'll do it. And all the other bits and bobs, little tweaks here and there. Have they managed to amalgamate all these tweaks to create what should be the ultimate Phoibos? So what are the stats and specs, Dan? Go on, tell them. Yes, tell them. So let's begin with the price. Up until November 17th, 2024, there's a 20% discount code. So snap them up while you can. They are selling out, it seems. They are $425 before discount. That's in euros. Go check out Phoibos.com for any deals you can get from Phoibos.com. Bear in mind, if you're in the UK, there will be a small additional fee, about $50 equivalent, 50 euros equivalent, back on top again due to import taxes, etc. That's what I was told last time. So you'll get a discount, but then you'll probably have to pay it back again in fees. So just bear all that in mind. I've sized this up for my wrist, which is 7¼ of inches, and it comes in 162 grams, reasonably weighty. It's all made out of 316L stainless steel. The movement inside this little beauty is a Miyota 9039. That aids the thinness of this entire watch, which all in is only 11.6. Case size, excluding the bezel, is 39.5mm, but if you add in the bezel, it takes it to 40mm. The length of the watch, excluding these male end links here, is only 46mm, so it's a relatively short watch. The sapphire on top is flat and has 3 layers of AR coating on the underside, which really helps that legibility. This bezel is 120 clicks, has a ceramic bezel insert. The lume on the indices and the hands is super luminova. It's all blue in colour. I'll show you more later. There's 15 layers of that, so that basically means it glows like a torch. Water resistance, down from the older model, is from 300 down to 200 meters, which is like saying 7 inches is not as good as 8 inches. Obviously it isn't, but 7 inches is still plenty. I have no idea what I'm talking about. These lugs here accommodate a 20mm width of strap or bracelet, accommodating tapering down to 18 here and then jumping back up to 20 again at this clasp. The clasp itself has a on-the-fly micro adjust, which basically means you press this button and it slides up and down for micro adjustment, which is great for getting this to fit you really well. The bracelet itself has a milled clasp. The links are, it's like a 5-link engineer style bracelet, and they're held together with screw pins. And the end links are solid, and you can remove these by just squeezing these quick release pins here, and the bracelet comes off nice and easy. So if you want to put this on one of your own straps, it's a very easy job, a toolless system. So Dan, tell them, there must be something wrong. What don't you like? Criticism is effectively this orange inner chapter ring here is not that easy to read. Orange and black, unless the orange is really bright, it's hard to read. What is always a game changer for a lot of people is this Phoibos Kraken logo. I'm sort of complaining on your behalf, if you will. It's the most common deal breaker I hear in the comments, and I would kind of back you up there, but I like that they've stuck with it. The reason why they love this Kraken and the branding is because of the origin story of Phoibos as a brand, if you will. The couple that formed the company fell in love with Greece and also fell in love with Greek mythology, hence the Kraken, and it's obviously a nautically themed creature, so I think it's very appropriate. I'm just being a fussy bugger, but I like to have female end links, even though the male ones do not impact the length of the watch in any way whatsoever. I think it would have helped with the immediate draping of this smaller piece around the wrist. It would have been cool to have that. Another thing, due to the nature of this on-the-fly micro-adjust clasp, I think the clasp is quite big. It's quite long. It would have been nice if they tapered it even more aggressively down to 16 and did have an 18mm clasp. That would have helped this wear even more elegantly, but I also love symmetry. I would have preferred the date window down here at the 6 o'clock and done a bit of tweakery with the automatic and 200 meters text down here just above the 6. I wouldn't have minded that. Then the other thing, I don't know why it bugs me, even though it's the thing that's garnered the most compliments from people, they notice the blue and the orange. They think that works really well. But some of the other colour iterations, maybe the pearl dial one, maybe a bit more garish, a bit more out there. The ones that work better, in my opinion, are the more muted neutral colours. They don't look too outlandish, and I think this works a treat. But I don't like this faux blue you get in here. And weirdly, the lume in here, and the hands, and in the indices doesn't glow as crisply as the BGW9 that's in the bezel. And I would prefer it to be maybe the other way around. I know they've refined the size of this watch down and they've really streamlined some of the thickness and all the little elements that make this just feel like a more honed product compared to the larger 42mm version they used to make. I wish that they could have maybe tweaked a bit of the design as well. Maybe they could have thrown a few more bits of flair in here. And I think if they're happy with the design language and you want to make it look a bit more refined, maybe there's some more things that could be done. Even though it's a smaller watch, I think for some, if you don't want to wear a heavier watch, it is quite heavy. Sized up for me, like I said before, 162 grams is quite meaty. So come on Dan, tell them what you like. There must be some things. Of course there is, because here we go. This is where the sweet spot is met with this watch, and that is the weight distribution, the size, the thickness, the overall ergonomics of this piece have been hit to perfection. For your average wrist size man, which is what I like to say I am, this is unbelievably comfortable. I've worn this through very busy days at work, being extremely active and getting hot and then cold, in and outdoors, lots of busy periods, and I've worn this for all of it. But it's been so comfortable. That's so important when you're wearing a tall watch, to be comfortable, of course. And then secondly, the timekeeping. I put this on my time grapher, which I keep at work. Sorry I didn't record that, but I averaged it out over 4 different positions at plus 4 seconds a day. That's fantastic timekeeping. Go back to the comfort. I think the thing that's aided the comfort is this bracelet. Very beautifully machined and honed, no edginess to it, very nicely brushed and smooth. It was easy to size up because these screws came in and out very easily. Don't need an ultra tiny screwdriver, just your regular watchmaker screwdriver is good for taking these pins out. And then I can fine tune the comfort with this micro adjust in here. If I get my wrist swelling a tiny bit, I can click it out a bit more. I like that, and it's been executed very well, and it feels like a well machined and very well engineered piece, and that includes this gorgeous 120 click bezel. Phoibos bezels are always extremely good in their feel, their sound, their action, all that stuff that we get nerdy about. I love the wavy dial, different lights, you can see it, it catches the light. The AR coating helps it still remain legible. It's an absolute spec monster. It's got the build quality of a watch which is double if not triple the price. Having handled and seen many watches of that value, I can really say that I'm not hyperboling this watch. It really does have that finessing of all the brushing. It's so smooth. The contrasting here on these chamfered edges here. Again, beautiful polishing, really crisp, no overbrush or over polish anywhere. Extremely good machining. The machining on this crown has been very neatly done, as on this bezel, the coin edge. It just all grips perfectly without being edgy, if you know what I mean. It doesn't have that sharpness to it, but it's just been engineered enough to have all that right kind of grippiness without feeling scratchy. The lume is so strong. Check this out. I mean, this is just me quickly flicking off the studio lights and absolutely glows. I can vouch for the lume being long lasting by the fact that this has been under studio lights. I leave it charging. I will literally check it the next morning, and it's not as bright as this, but it is as easy to read because your eyes are used to the darkness. This will not disappoint you. And you get so much for your money, and that's what we like. And it's a proper, comfortable, fun, tall watch that's just going to do the job and just be a bit different to all the other ones out there. So if you've enjoyed this video, definitely hit subscribe. I need more of you to subscribe. I get plenty of views, but not enough of you just hitting that button, which is completely free. It mean the world to me if you just help this channel grow and get more stuff in to share with you. Thanks for checking this one out. November 17th, that's when the deal runs out, but do keep an eye out. They're selling out fast. Thanks again for checking me out. Bye for now.